Hi traders, welcome to this Forex trading video with me, John, Senior Market Analyst here at Blueberry Markets. In the title of this video, I'm going to talk about a currency pair that I think has good potential to move higher. And the reason why I haven't named the currency pair right now is because it's not a classic, sexy currency pair. It's not one of the big major currency pairs, but I'm going to talk to you why I think it's a good market to go and have a little look at. So please stick around, please check out the data that I've got for you, and yeah, stick around essentially. Let's go through a quick question. I always like to do this now because I just think I want to get your brains firing. I want you to really think about what you're doing in the markets. And one question I wanted to ask is, do you trade multiple Forex pairs or just one? I'm going to make the case of why you should look across the board and not just at one in this particular video. So for me, there is a good reason why there are many cross pairs to trade from, and this is a reason why you should be trading them. So one thing that we've looked at recently, if you're not familiar with the channel though, you may have not have seen these before. These are the commitment of trader reports, and what it's showing us really is a significant build-up of contracts to the long side for commercials for buying the Canadian dollar. This is a CAD futures chart, so it's the inverse of the US dollar CAD chart, and what you can see is we've been on a decline for some time now, and the commercials, which are the red line here, who are in the markets for business purposes, they are buying a lot of Canadian dollars right now. They are really getting involved with CAD and they are buying a lot of it. So I want to potentially be a buyer of the Canadian dollar. One currency I want to be selling at the minute is the Swiss franc. Now, I've got some information here. It's based off of two really important indicators within the market. One fundamental indicator to keep aware of are interest rates. The other is the inflation rates within the market. Now, you can see here in Canada, the interest rate is at 4.75%. Now, that did come down from the highs at 5% recently. So that could be considered a bearish move. However, the inflation rate in Canada rose to 2.9% in Q1. So inflation is remaining a little bit sticky in Canada, and there could be a good idea that the Bank of Canada are going to hold interest rates at 4.75%, maybe even not cut in their next meeting. And that's what I'm kind of looking towards here. That could create CAD strength. On the Swiss weakness side of things, we've got a Swiss National Bank that are reducing interest rates. They're coming down as well, come down to 1.25%. But the difference between Canada and Switzerland at the moment is the fact that the inflation rate is coming down, and it came in at 1.3% recently. So there is potential for the Swiss National Bank to continue to bring rates in a little bit lower. Recently, we've had a Swiss National Bank as well that have come out and said they want a weaker Swiss franc. Okay, so that's what they're looking for in the markets. Now, I've just got a little bit of a comparison chart here. The white line is Euro US dollar, so just need to ignore that for a second. The orange line is the Swiss franc versus the US dollar, and the purple line is CAD US dollar. I've had to inverse these because obviously if you look at the currencies, you want the base currency against the US dollar pretty much when you're looking at comparing currencies together. But the important thing is, I want to know what currencies are strong against the US dollar, what currencies are weak against the US dollar right now. And if we look at the Swiss franc, it's on that trend to the downside against the US dollar right now. So it's weaker than the US dollar, whereas the Canadian dollar is starting to push back to the upside here, just kind of giving an extra layer of data to our analysis here on CAD Swiss. So let's go take a look at it. What am I looking at across the board on CAD Swiss? Well, what I wanted to see essentially was price starting to move higher again. We had this really nice bullish trend develop recently towards the end of June, start of July, and then we had a bit of a turnaround. The market took a couple of days of downward pressure until yesterday. So yesterday we had a bit of a consolidation day in and around this zone, and we broke out recently. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at the fact that we consolidated. Remember, consolidation is an area where volume gets built in the markets, and in this case it was significant bullish volume in the market. So I'm looking basically, can price come back down towards 0.659 for a potential long idea on CAD Swiss, and at least try and target those key swing highs up at 0.66. There is another market that you could potentially look at as well, which is CAD yen. Yen, a market that's particularly weak at the moment. Obviously, I've just made a case here that CAD could be stronger, and that's another currency pair you could go and take a look at. But I like the setup here on CAD Swiss at the moment. I like the fact we've consolidated towards these levels here, and I'd like to see price come and retest it for potential opportunities. So thanks for watching this video update. I know it's not your typical update that we get here, but I hope you enjoyed all the data that you got within the video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks for watching the video. Speak to you soon.